everyone, I'm Nicole. I am currently a senior in high school and I'm on the NSLI-Y Hindi program. So I'm going to talk a little bit about school life at the Daily College, which is where we go to school right now. It's academic classes, hobbies, and sports. So the building in the background of this picture is the main building of the Daily College right when you drive up, and it does look exactly like that. It's very pretty. So a little bit about the Daily College. It's a coeducational, residential, and day boarding school. So it has boarders and day boarders that go to it, and it's located in Indore, which is the city that we're living in. It was built in the early 1800s, and it was originally used for Indian princes, and now it's for anyone. So the academic classes that we can take two or three academic classes other than our Hindi classes. We have Hindi classes from 9 to 11 every day, and then academic classes. And it's a great opportunity to meet Indian students. So I take 12th grade classes, and I talk to a lot of Indian students. Mostly they talk to me in English, but you can speak some Hindi if you kind of push them to it. But they all speak Hindi to each other, and even though it's an English medium school, usually the students will speak Hindi to their teachers, and then the teachers will respond in Hindi, so it becomes a Hindi speaking room. And it's a good way to learn new vocabulary. You can usually ask students about certain words and kind of joke with them a little bit in Hindi. So there are two tracks that Indian students can enroll in, which is CBSE and CIE, and this is some of the difference in the Indian school system versus the American school system. So CIE is the Cambridge program, and it's more of a Western style of teaching, and then CBSE is the Indian boards, and that's if you want to apply to an Indian school. And we took CBSE classes in the first month that we were here, but it's very focused on rote memorization. So I switched to 12 CIE. So in CIE classes, it's more of a Western style, it's more Americanized, but it's still very different. So the teachers are given more respect. When the teacher walks into the room, all the students stand up in front of the class until they're told to sit down. And they also give very free feedback. They were going over essays, and in front of everyone, the teacher was saying, "That was a horrible essay. Why'd you write that?" Stuff like that. And then Indian students choose a track to study in 10th grade. So you can either be in humanities or math or business studies, and you stay in that classroom. You're in a section for your track. Next is hobbies. So they take place from 2 to 3 every day. They're also another great opportunity to bond with your Indian peers. The Daily College has a building called CTDC, which is known as the Hobby Center. It's the building on the bottom left. It includes dance, art, woodworking, pottery making, sculpting, music, band, and photography. So it has a lot of different options that you can go to. Most students have it built into their schedule, but you can also go from 2 to 3 during the day, which is when I usually go. So Zoe and I have been to dance a lot, and it's really cool. We've learned to do dandiya, and we watched a Rajasthani folk dance. We've also done art, and we're currently drawing a mural in the art room for America, and it's like an exchange student wall. It's really cool. We're planning on doing woodworking. We've done pottery making. We made small statues of Ganesh. Otherwise, all the hobbies are really cool. It's a good way to meet Indian people and speak to them in Hindi and learn, talk to teachers in Hindi and learn about Indian culture. So sports take place from 3 to 4 or 4:30-ish every day. Depending on the sport, some go to 5:30. So the Daily College campus has a lot of fields and squash courts, tennis courts, swimming pools. So the Daily College offers basketball, field hockey, soccer, badminton, squash, cricket, shooting, tennis, track, volleyball, and table tennis. And all of them offer boys and girls sports both. For my host sister is a really good basketball player, so she does that. I play field hockey here. You can participate in the IPSC tournaments with the Indian students, which would be a great way to meet more people and speak to them in Hindi too. So then also, Zoe and I have played squash and cricket. The girls' cricket team is just starting up, so it's a little small, but it's still a good way to learn about the game since neither of us have ever played cricket before in the US. And then squash is also really fun. I've never played it before. We play with usually the younger girls because the older girls who are better play later in the day. So squash is kind of a cool sport that we had never played before. It's a good thing to try. Shooting, Zoe and I went for one day. It's not real guns or anything. It's just like airsoft guns. And that's kind of a cool thing to do. because they would never offer that in the US. Next is clubs. So every Saturday, you can go to club activities and they're about 2 hours long. So clubs include every hobby at CTDC that I just mentioned, and you can also go to movie club, adventure, cooking, Model UN, Round Square, Western music, and then there are other small activities that I'm pretty sure I don't even know about because there are a lot of clubs. So I've done Model UN, and Zoe and I are planning to go to a Model UN in November, which will be really interesting to go from an Indian perspective in a Model UN. And then cooking club, we have Chefs of DC, and in the bottom, there's a building called the Chefs of DC, and you go to cooking club there, and you can cook Indian food. Some kids learn to cook pizzas. There's also Round Square, which is kind of an exchange student program that some of the Indian students are involved in, and they organize activities for exchange students and stuff like that. That's it. Next up is Alexis, and she will be talking about our Hindi language learning.